My name is Sonika and I have a 2-year-old little girl whose name is Navika and she's going to be 3 in March. I'm also expecting baby girl number 2 who is due in May. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I share whatever I have learned in my journey as a parent so far and I hope these are helpful to you. If you like this video, do check out other videos as well. I'm sure you'll find something useful there. Before I get into today's video, I wanted to share a few clips which I have shared before in my vlogs and also on my Instagram and Facebook page. But since it's related to today's topic, it's very much relevant here and hence I'm sharing it. So take a look.
Three lines like this. Make E here, a straight line, and then 3 lines like this. 1 line, yes, 2 line in the center, yes, 3 line at the end. Wow! Good. So FB easy रहेगा ना उसी. A straight line, 1 line on the top, 1 line in the center. Okay? Let's do it. Yeah, 1 line on the top, 1 line in the center. Yes! Good job, give you a high five! Yes!
So as you can see in the video, Navika has got a very good hand control and grip to hold pens and even pencils. All my life I have seen little kids having a hard time in holding a pencil. So what's the deal here? How is Navika effortlessly holding the pen and confidently writing? This video is to share whatever I have done to help her get that strong grip, and I truly hope that it is helpful to you if you are looking for ways to encourage writing in your little ones. And just so you know, I have never held her hands and taught her to write. She's too young for that, but guess she has already managed to get herself there. And you don't need any fancy toy for encouraging writing. Most of the tools that I have used are made by me, and so if I can do it, you can do it too. So let's get into it. Okay, first thing first, for every single thing that I have done with her, I have mostly started with books. This is a book that I got her when she was I guess 18 months old, and this was not for the purpose of teaching her how to read and write, but this was mostly for the texture that's here. It's a separate material wherein you can just feel the texture and the child can follow along. This is like a sandpaper material which the child can feel and can go about it. Every letter here is showing how the letters should start. As you can see, the arrow will tell you how the letter should start. So in Montessori, we first introduce sounds rather than the letters. The child learns sounds first so that it becomes easier for the child to read. I got this book for her so that she can learn the sounds rather than stressing on the letters. I wanted her to learn the sounds first, and that's what we did with this book. The child can actually feel how a particular letter will feel like. So it's very much easier for the child to trace. That is what is there in this book. And since it has all the lowercase letters, I decided to make my own sandpaper letters. There's something called Sandpaper Letters, which if you look up in Amazon, you will find it to be quite pricey because of course they are very good quality material and they help your child through the early years when they're learning how to write. But this book has similar kind of thing which is there in the sandpaper letter. The purpose that it serves is tracing through it. You use your index finger and you trace through the letters, and that's how the child learns. Maria Montessori always believed in what the hand does, the mind remembers. If you haven't heard of sandpaper letters before, I'll just try to pop a picture of it here. But it is something which helps the child engage 3 of its senses, auditory, visual and tactile. So using these 3 senses, a child learns about the different letters and sounds. I have made my own sandpaper letters, and it's not using sandpapers, but it's using glue. So I'll just show you how I made it. These are index cards on which I traced the letters first. So for example, on this one, I traced letter A, and then I took a glitter glue and I traced the glitter glue over the letter that I wrote initially. And I let it dry overnight, and in the morning I have my own DIY sandpaper letter. So the glitter is something which you can feel clearly, and the child can learn how it will go. So this is something which has been very helpful. Navika loves to play with this, but if at all you want to buy your own sandpaper letters, I'll try to put a link in the description box below. And how you are going to introduce it is using index finger and your thumb. So in this case, it's a very small one. Like, as you can see, the thickness is not very much, but in the original sandpaper letters, it will be quite thick, just like it's here in the book. So you can see the thickness is about 1 centimeter. So at least this much should be the thickness. I'm assuming it should be of at least 1 centimeter thickness. Montessori teachers normally use their index finger and middle finger, and they try to trace it through the letter slowly. And once it is done, they say the sound of the letter and not the letter itself. So once Navika does this, she'll say ah and not a. Similarly for this, once she has done the tracing, she will say b and not b. So when the stress is on the sounds, it becomes very easier for the child to connect the sounds together in order to form a word. We know CAT is cat. The sound for the letter C is k. And while we call it C, should it be CAT sat? No. The sound for the letter C is k. So it's k, at, cat. This is the beauty of learning sounds before learning A to Z, as most of us have learned in our traditional schools. So similar to these, I have also created the numbers, which I put in this box, and the 0, 1, 2, 3. I'll try to show how Navika tries to do all these, and this is very much fun for her to do. It's different. It's not forcing the child to learn. It's kind of a tactile game, as you can see. And yeah, that's all. Okay, the third thing that I have done to encourage Navu in writing is tracing in salt. I'm sorry if there has been a change in the frame here because someone decided to join. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to mention here was writing trays. It's a very popular way to encourage fine motor skills and handwriting. Writing trays make letter formation fun and meaningful in a play-based manner. Navika absolutely loves playing with these, and as you have seen, she is able to make some letters, but of course not all the letters. If you go to buy writing trays, I think they sell sand with it, but you can very well make your own by using salt. So what I have done here to make my own salt tray is I have added salt in a Ziploc bag, added a few drops of color, and just mixed it thoroughly well. Then let it dry overnight and it's ready to use. All you need is a flat tray in which you just dump the salt and shake it a bit so that it is evenly spread out, and use any writing tool. In my case, I have used a chopstick. You can use a craft stick or even a paintbrush. Anything will work. Next is a writing book, which I actually got it from Amazon. Such preschool books are very easily available online, and what you get here is basically the same thing, but you have to do it with pencil or pen, whatever. And the child is encouraged to trace. There are beautiful pictures which keeps the child engaged. So all you have to do is just go and do the tracing. And I would highly recommend to get such tracing books for little ones, so that it is something which the child can actually practice on, other than the sandpaper letters and the salt tray. So this is something which Navika also enjoys. And one more thing which you can do here is, if you can get something like these bags, it has a little pouch, and you just have to put the sheet inside. So this sheet is from this book. I have taken one sheet out of it. In this way, she can trace over it using a color pen and then rub it off. So it becomes reusable. Just the child has to wipe it off and then keep doing it again. So this is fun. There are many different activities which grows with the child, and in this case, this book is for ages 3 to 5. So obviously there are many things which Navika cannot do from this book yet, but this will be there for us, with us for quite long time, I'm guessing. Finally, I have something called wooden letter boards, which I have it right here next to me. These are the two boards that I have. This one has upper and lowercase letters, while this one has numbers and some shapes and patterns at the back. These also come with wooden stylus, and children can practice proper letter formation and develop their writing skills with this board. Younger children can simply use a finger to begin learning how to trace the letters, while older children who are ready to write can use the included wooden stylus to develop the hand and finger strength required for a proper pencil grip. This actually helps a child learn to write faster, and I would highly recommend. So this is what I had to share in case you want to encourage your child to write. This is what I have done with Navika. Also, a quick disclaimer here, I'm not a teacher or a parenting expert. What I am sharing here is my own personal experience. I have never been to a Montessori school, but this method of education totally resonates with me. This is why I want to reach out to many parents out there and let them know how beneficial this is, how amazing and practical this is. Alright, I think that's it for today's video. I have a lot of things to share which I have learned myself in my parenting journey. So if this is something you are interested in, please consider subscribing to this channel. I post new videos every Tuesday, and I cannot wait to see you here next week. Bye. This video is to share whatever I have done in helping her get that. Before I get into today's video, so cool. Before I get into today's video, I want to show you a check in my vlogs and also on my page and Instagram channel. Oh, so cool. My daughter. Before I get into today's video, I want to show you which I share vlogs on my Instagram. Since it's related. No. This movement is what helps in Sandpaper Letters, as the name is. Friendly writing with pen.